What's good? Welcome back to my channel, Chrissyy Talks. Y'all can call me Chrissyy. Abusive parents. Let's talk about it. So 3-4 days ago, grown-ass man Anthony Eugene Anderson and I believe his wife or his girlfriend posted a total of 40 minutes on Instagram Live abusing his 14-year-old daughter, Trinity Anderson. Now, parents started videos like these where they upload videos of them punishing their children, going on live, whatever the case, shaming them, embarrassing them for punishment. Videos like this started years ago and it was corny then and it's corny now. Because the whole time that I'm watching this video and the whole time these videos started, I never understood what the fuck was the point of them doing this. Like, you want us to discipline your child, you want us to congratulate you for good parenting. What is the reason of you posting your child to the internet and you publicly shaming or embarrassing, putting their business out there, putting y'all business out there? It never made no sense to me. Like, what is the reason? I don't understand what they think they're gonna get from this besides the call to Child Protective Services. So I'm not going to post this video because it's really sensitive, it's hard to watch. I know people could get triggered and she's a minor, so I'm not gonna post it regardless. This is the @name that I found these videos at that's still up. I don't even know why. Like, I'm confused as to why these videos are still up, but if you guys want to see it yourself to know the context, feel free, but I'm going to talk about what happened in the video anyway. So in this video, Trinity is sitting in the chair in the middle of a garage. It literally looks like the scene of a scary movie. And it's the stepmom to this child who is recording, and it's just like you literally want to just say shut the fuck up to the stepmom because it's like, this is not your child. And I don't want to say that argument because of course, regardless of you being a stepmom or stepdad, you can still be a parent to that child, but obviously the dad ain't even being a parent to this child. So it's like, I want to think way more or less of the stepmom who's trying to discipline this child who's not even hers. It's like, mind your fucking business. So she's the one who's recording it. And in the beginning of this video, it's like, oh, we're going to get these views up. Let's get these views up. And I'm like, okay, so are they really trying to do this for views? Yeah, and the whole time the stepmom is recording, putting in her 2 cents, putting in her hands on this child. And it's just like, like, literally, who the fuck are you? But it just sounds like this stepmom is talking to this child as if she's some random bitch on the streets. Like, she's calling her all types of names, calling her a liar, she's manipulative, she's a bitch. They both calling her stupid. It's like, mind you, these are things that are gonna stick with her. Because as kids, they're taking in all the information you're giving them, whether it's good or bad. So it's like you have these 2 grown people calling you out of your name, calling you stupid, calling you bitch, calling you nigga, calling you all this shit. It's just too much going on. They talk about how she's run away multiple times, she lied, she stole from her aunt, from her grandma, she stole money, she took their phone. They're literally sitting there like, what did you do? You also did this, you also did this. Just finding things to talk shit about and air out. But my thing is, if you're running away multiple times, you're running away not just from your house, but whatever is going on in the house. So I don't understand why. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna just say this. Regardless of what she has done, because a good portion of these videos, they're just trying to talk shit about what she's done. There's no justification for her getting her ass beat by these grown ass people. And I use grown very loosely because they're acting hella childish. All this that they doing, they could put all that energy into actually figuring out what is wrong with her. We later find out that all of this is because she misses her mom, but we're gonna get to that. At the end of the day, I want to make it clear that regardless of what your kid's done, because listen, there are badass kids, there are baby kids, there are trifling ass children out there. But it doesn't matter what they do, they are a child. They're still developing. I'm still developing. Like, bitch, you could be 20, 30, 40 years old and you're still learning things into this world, let alone being 14 years old. So it's like, for them to even be like, you don't know nothing, you know, you don't got control, you don't really know this world, that's enough justification for you not to beat her ass, not to put her hands on her, because she doesn't know any better. And clearly y'all don't know better trying to parent her, teaching her this shit. There was no justification for them to handle it the way that they handle it. It seems like they really had a problem with her lying about a lot of these things, which of course we don't know what is the truth. So the stepmom's like, get your ass beat or tell the truth. because this is the real world, boo. A lot of parents like to say, well, this is what it's gonna be like in the real world. No, boo, that's the world that you know. That's the world that you grew up in. But there's no way in no real world I'd expect to get my ass fucking beat by my father. So she continues on saying that she's a liar, she's a manipulator, and they talk about something that may or may not happen between her, Trinity, and the stepmom's biological daughter. So she's saying that apparently Trinity and the daughter were touching themselves, they were touching each other, so they're accusing Trinity of touching her daughter. And honestly, people don't understand that no kid is just gonna do this. No kid is just going to touch other kids. Like, that's not, without context, you feel me? There is actually speculation that Anthony might have been touching Trinity. Of course, we don't know if that's true or not. In relevance to this topic of her possibly touching another child, it's like, where does that come from? Because that just doesn't happen. But it all comes down to her saying that she misses her mom. And regardless of this, both the stepmom and the father are bashing the mom now. They're saying, oh, she has the OnlyFans. Listen, don't start on nobody's hustle. Okay? They're talking about how she has a OnlyFans, she don't give a fuck about any of her children, she told one of her daughters to go kill herself, she didn't want to have kids. Now, okay, here's my issue. I don't get how you bash the mother of your kids. Now, we don't know where the mother is. We don't know if this is true, if she gives a fuck about them kids or not. It doesn't look like, you know, she does. I don't know if it looks as so to leave her daughter in this position. Hopefully, they could rekindle the situation. Hopefully, she actually does want to be a mother to this child. But regardless, you shouldn't be bashing the mother of your child to or in front of your child. And on top of that, with this stepmom who again needs to mind her motherfucking business. I will never understand baby mamas or baby daddies who bash each other or one or the other or whatever the case, when at the end of the day y'all chose to fuck. And then y'all chose to have the child. And then half of the time, or majority of the time, y'all already knew who you was getting into bed with. It's one thing was one night stands, or it just happened, or whatever. But if y'all had been together, or y'all knew each other's business before y'all laid together, what shit do you have to talk about? What shit do you have to say? Regardless of the relationship between Trinity and her mom, a lot of us always yearn for that mother's love. A lot of us yearn for the dad's love too, regardless, even if it's from an absent parent, even if it's from, you know, a parent who don't give a shit about us. It's hard to let that go because that is your parent. Like, you've been in this person's body for 9 months. You're gonna have a child who resents you, or you're gonna have a child who never stops fighting for your love. And regardless, she's in an environment she don't want to be in. So it's like, sometimes it's second nature to just want to call out to your mom, or miss your mom, or miss being with her. And later on, the dad actually mentions that she stayed over her mom and aunt's house for the past summer. So it does seem like they might have still a relationship, but he has custody over her throughout the year. So either way, she is able to have something to miss regardless, especially being in that household. Continues on saying that she stole $369 from her grandma. She stole her phone from a dead aunt so she could text her friends. They're going so hard to get the truth out of her. Even though they already talked about some of these things, they just wanted her to say what's up on live. But it's like, you could clearly tell that she's shut down. So it's like, at that point, what battle are you fighting with a child who is emotionally shut down? And then they're asking questions, and then they're answering it for her. Like, did you do yes? Did you do yes? Did you? Yes, you did. It's like, what kind of communication is that? Like, you can talk to your damn self if you're gonna answer all these questions if you already think that you know everything. But it just seems like they were trying to look for things to air out, get a reaction out of her, get a reaction out of us. But really, you could just put all this energy into finding out what the fuck is really going on with your daughter. Like, what is the foundation? Why do you feel this way? You could have sat down and had an effective conversation, and you could have put that on live, like how to communicate with your kid, because you showed us the absolute wrong fucking way. So here's when it goes down. When her father asked her, did you call her, the camera woman slash the stepmom, did you call her a fat ass bitch? And she said, yeah, she's a fat ass fucking Kelly Price. She didn't say that, but I know she is, I could tell. And so that's when the stepmom intervenes and snatches her bun off of her head. Again, who the fuck are you? Like, literally, who the fuck are you to put your hands on a child who is not even yours? After this, it was just literally like out of a horror scene film. She runs out of the house, goes underneath the garage doors, and her dad goes to her so quick and literally drags her body into the garage floor and throws her across the room. She's scooting on the floor back against the wall, and she's screaming at them to get the fuck away from her. She's gonna call the police, and they're just taunting her, they're laughing at her, they're mocking her. And of course you have the stepmom sticking up for the dad, talking about, oh, he's a hardworking dad. Okay, he could be a hardworking person who happens to be a dad. Is he a father? No. She says she misses her mom. They're just taunting her, saying that she's thirsty, saying that she wants attention. That's funny from somebody who's on IG Live waiting for their views to go up. And then they continue to get mad over little ass shit. And when I tell you little ass shit, I mean pick up your head, put your hands on your lap, rest your fingers on your thighs, put your feet on the floor. Mind you, she's in this position because she's scared that she's going to get hit by these grown ass people, which she just has been manhandled. They're telling her, pick your head up, put your hands on your lap, put your fingers on your thighs, put the feet on the floor. It's little ass shit like that they get so upset that she's not listening, even though she's obviously fearing for her safety at this point. Okay, I don't know how to explain this, so I'm explaining this well. But it's just the fact that, okay, like, you feel superior to her because that is your child. You feel like they have to not even just listen to you, but obey your commands. So when you feel like you have a dog, or you're owning something and they're not listening, and you're like, bitch, like, you're just like, feel like you're insulted or offended at some point, and you feel like you're losing power. So I feel like when they're yelling at her over this small shit to put your head up, put your fingers on your thighs or whatever, not even that she's not listening, she's scared. Her body is in fight or flight mode, and the dad's just getting more upset simply because he's not feeling the control that he feels that he has. And when you're a parent and you feel like you're superior to your child because that is your child, that already affects the relationship between you two, because you're supposed to raise them up. And essentially you're supposed to raise them to be above you in a sense. And if you're thinking you're above them and you own them, they need to listen to what you have to say and not taking into account how they feel. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be an effective relationship, as we see in this video. Because when she's not listening, this is when he pins her to the ground. And let me tell you, this girl is so small. This girl is like, I feel like I could pick her up, and I'm 5'2" and like 120 pounds. This girl is so tiny, and this is a grown ass man. This is a grown ass man sitting on top of her, pinning her down, sitting on her chest, and she's saying that she cannot breathe and daddy, get off of me. And what is he saying? I have more control than you do. You have no control. It's like people literally get off of that saying, I have more control over you. I can pin you down and you can't do nothing about it. Again, this is a grown ass man. You know what he says? Wouldn't you rather it be me than somebody else? All this, and she's saying, daddy, get off of me. Like, honestly, those words alone and seeing her cry would have triggered me. Like, bitch, what are you doing? People might like that in other circumstances, but nobody wants nobody to be pinning them down, feeling like they're suffocating, feeling like they can't do nothing, feeling like they're hopeless. And he tries to consistently defend himself, saying like, you know, he's trying to show her this is the real world, you running away, this could happen in real life, this could be somebody else could rape you, somebody else could murder you. Again, this is not how you go about it. And on top of that, he's taunting her while he's doing it. And he's making her take it for several minutes. And when they continue talking about what she's told her friends, like when she's run away and said they abused her, he's like, I hit you and you deserve to be hit. You deserve to be hit before somebody else hits you. And they go back to focus on their live. They're like, I hope somebody's screen recording, because they don't know how to even post this. They're like, I'll do this again. And he's dancing. He's literally over here like, I don't even know. He's literally over here dancing and doing all this shit. And I'm like, so I'm just like, what's good with you? Like, are you okay? Are you good, sir? They go back bashing the mom. And again, it's just like, you can't talk about the mom because you engaged with her, you entertained her, you laid down and had a kid with her. So where do you go off of talking shit about the mom and talking shit about the mom and her other kids, because she has a total of 3 kids, and you knew what you were stepping into when you had her child, when you had Trinity? It's just like, overall, it's not okay to talk bad about the other parent in front of your kid, regardless. And then on top of that, knowing that, you know, she has an OnlyFans, they're telling the daughter, this is how you're gonna end up, this is what you're gonna be like. And again, like, you're over here cursing the daughter out, calling her out her name, exposing her business, telling her this is how you're gonna end up. All this shit is going to be in her head. Like, you don't understand how badly that affects a growing mind. Like, oh, I'm stupid, I'm a bitch, I'm dumb, I'm gonna grow up to be on OnlyFans. I mean, some people want to do that, but like, you can't tell her. You're basically telling her that you're gonna end up like your whole ass mom. Towards the end, they literally have nothing to say. They have nothing to talk about. They're just looking. They're literally fiending, looking for shit to talk about. They start ridiculing her outfit, saying you got a whole black jumpsuit on and it's 90-degree weather outside. Okay, mind your fucking business. I was literally in middle school wearing whole ass coats in 90-degree weather, and I would still hate when somebody be like, aren't you hot? Bitch, mind your fucking business. And they talk about her shoes, her pink laces, talking about, what are those? I'm like, how old are you? How old are you? Because you say this girl is 14 years old, she's a child, she don't know better. You're 100 years old, you're a dad, and you still don't know better. Like, where is that coming from? With your no teeth having ass. So later the same day, he posts another live. This is a 9-minute live. He's driving in a car with Trinity actually next to him. And he's just trying to justify and defend everything that he did in the live. He reiterates all the things that she's done, the lying, the stealing, the running away.
At the end of the day, my daughter's ran away about 3 times. She's stolen from her grandmother. She's disrespected the people who try to step up and be there for her. This is about survival, okay? So if you want to run away from a place that's protecting you, people that love you, that are providing shelter for you, she's 14 years old. She can't get no job. She can't provide for herself. She can't feed herself. And you a runaway. So when you lying on your parents saying that, oh, nah, I don't have a relationship with my dad, my mom is not there, this, that, and the third, you put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of.
Talks about, yeah, I pinned her down because I want to show her what would happen in the real world. This is what happens in the real world. Somebody else could pin you down. She's light-skinned, she's pretty, she's the #1 target.
Now, what I was doing by sitting on my daughter's chest is trying to show her exactly how easy it is for somebody else to get control of her. They just found a bunch of kids in Atlanta in a sex trafficking sting. She's 14 years old. She light-skinned, pretty eyes. She's funny, got personality. She target #1. So if you out here in these streets without nobody, you think you know it all and you just roaming around, going places that you don't know, what you gonna do when somebody snatch you up?
Wait, I don't even know how I feel about that comment. She's pretty, she's light-skinned, she got nice eyes, she's funny, she got a personality, so she's a #1 target. It's funny that they call her manipulative because he's saying, this is coming from somebody you love. This is from somebody that will die for you. This is coming from somebody who cares about you. You're lucky it's not coming from somebody else.
You couldn't get away from me, and I'm somebody sitting on top of you with love. The next motherfucker ain't got no love for you. They don't care about you. They want one thing or two things from you. They either gonna trade you for some money, or they gonna fuck you, rape you, kill you. So if you can't get me off the top of you and I love you, how you gonna get another man off the top of you?
This is that type of manipulative shit. I'm doing this because I love you and I care about you. That was just the top of the cherry for me, bitch. Like, are we serious? You love her, you care about her, but you're able to sit on your daughter with your weight on her small ass body. It doesn't even matter what he did this for or why he did it. It's about how he did it. I don't have kids, okay? Fuck them kids. But I couldn't imagine being the reason why my daughter is crying and telling me to get the fuck off of her. Get off of me. Screaming my name to get off of me. Like, how did you think, okay, yeah, she's learning her lesson. Okay, yeah, she's gonna learn. She's gonna do better in the real world. She ain't gonna run away no more. You don't think she's gonna wanna run away even more? Even faster? What part of this made you feel like, yeah, she gonna love me, she gonna stay with me, she gonna do better? Luckily, Trinity is not in their house anymore. Last time I checked, she's reported to be with Waka Flocka's mom, Deborah. So hopefully she's living her best life and she, I don't know, rekindles with her mom if that's the best situation for her. Hopefully she just gets into a better situation. Like I said earlier, this is not the first video I've seen. This probably won't be the last one. All I know is there's no fucking reason. There's no reason for these parents to be doing this. And I guess there's a type of goodness to it. The fact that they're shedding light on their abuse so their child could get taken away from that abuse. I don't know. But just the public shaming, which is the whole point in their case to why they do this. They want to publicly shame What is it, the 1800s? You want to publicly shame, you want to stone your child for acting like a child? Because regardless, she's a child who's acting up because she's crying out for help. She needs help. She needs attention. And she needs the care and affection. Y'all gave her the abuse and the toxicity instead. What is that going to do for your kid? At the end of the day, don't have kids if you're not ready to have kids. Don't have kids if you don't know how to raise them. Don't keep them in your custody if you don't know what the fuck to do with them. Because this ain't the way to go about it. I mean, there's really not much I can say. It's just wrong, and we know that it's wrong. And it's frustrating to think that they really went on live and then really trying to defend it. It's above me, sis. It's above me. I hope these parents don't do this, because all you're getting is a phone call to CPS and the police. Like, I really don't know what the point is. But feel free to expose your goddamn self. That's the only favor you're doing for your child. But that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down what you guys think below. Do you guys think that Anthony had a point in what he was trying to tell her Trinity? Do you guys think that the stepmom should have even intervened or been in that conversation? How do you guys feel that they should have gone about it? Comment down what you guys think below. Follow me on Instagram at Snapchat at Chrissyy, 2 S's 2 Y's. I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
She the god, she the god, she the god.